world is to ensure those 2 girls can live without me. End of. So, what is Absolute Collagen? So, first of all, who am I? I am nobody. And that's something I stand up for. I am little old me doing my thing. That's all I am. No more or no less. Okay? So, very much like what's been said before, really, I've got no degree, 6 GCSEs, which does sound quite a lot, but it was D's and E's and it wasn't very good, and, you know, almost chucked out of school. I'm dyslexic, I've got ADHD, I've suffered with, and I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I've had drug issues in the past, and it's something I take incredibly seriously. I was a stay-at-home mum for 25 years, coming back to work, and the things that paralyse me time and time again is, what if I make a mistake, and what if I get it wrong? Okay, so Absolute Collagen. So my journey to 50 saw me looking at what I was putting in my body. So I'll just tell you very briefly how this came about. So stay-at-home mum for 25 years, hadn't had a career, hadn't done anything, okay? And I was looking at what I put in my body. I was doing an art degree. I'd come back to this university down the road, and I was doing a fine art degree. Part of that process for me was stripping myself bare of makeup and letting my hair go grey. I was stick thin, I had long dark curly hair, and I was obsessed with it. So I went on to learn, I was obsessed with what I looked like. I think it was really important. So for about 3 or 4 months I wore no makeup. And what that did is it made me realise how incredibly insecure I was about myself and how I treated myself. I treated myself appallingly. So I had a tattoo. I'm more than just a body. I've got it all wrong. And I started looking at what was put in my body. So I was making this bone broth. I was cooking up big vats of bones, boiling them down, and drinking the juice, if you like, you know, how you make a stock. What happened is I had an amazing sense of well-being. My skin was glowing, my hair was shiny, and I just felt so alive. And I was like, whoa, what's going on? So this was probably about 3 years ago. So my friends were saying, what are you doing? Because you look amazing, your eyes are sparkly, your skin is just incredible. You know, my psoriasis had cleared up, I've got arthritis, that was starting to go. And I was like, yeah, do you know, it's good, isn't it? So I started researching, little old me in my kitchen, I started researching, what is it? Because the only thing I changed, apart from wearing no makeup, and let my hair go grey, was the bone broth. So I started researching, what is it about the bone broth that was making me feel and look so good? And the word collagen just kept banging out to me. Every time I looked at the screen, it would come out. I just thought, okay, it must be the collagen. At that point, I didn't know there was any collagen products out there. I was just little old me in my kitchen. So I then, again, what was the best source of collagen for me at that time was, sorry, I'm still in front of that, aren't I? Was, believe it or not, pig's trotters and chicken feet. So much to my children's disgrace, I was cooking up massive vats of pig trotters and chicken feet for hours and hours and hours in order to extract the collagen. And then I became known as the collagen dealer. My friends were banging down my door for my booty, and it was like, whoa, this is mad. And so that is really how I started. So I thought to myself, okay, I'm creating a product for me, not for anyone else, for me. What did I want from my product? I wanted maximum that my body could cope with of the best collagen out there. I wanted it in the minimum dose. I wanted it to be as least fuss as possible. I wanted it ready mixed, and I did not want to pay a lot of money for it. I didn't believe beauty should be pocket deep. I was that 6-year-old little girl walking around the shops with my mother, wondering why my mum could not afford all the other lovely things other mums could. And I think with business, what I've learned about myself is your cores come through you. Anybody that's a mother, your core values come through your children, and they've come through my business. So that is basically what Absolute Collagen is. So it's a beauty supplement. I've got no experience in the market. I'm not an expert in anything really. However, there's experts out there. So I picked up the phone, I started talking to people, how can I get this tested? I had major problems getting it blended because I wanted maximum of the collagen in the minimum dose. So collagen, the Greek word for collagen is glue. So if you imagine a glue powder and you mix it with water, it goes really, really thick. Nobody wanted to blend it, which is why there's not another product out there that's only 10 ml. So 1.5 million sachets we sell a year, and we've got 17,000 happy customers. Now, but that did not happen overnight. And I had some great words of encouragement from people. How will you compete with our marketing budget? This was a company that is massive in the UK, who basically told me, you're a little fish playing in a big pond. Who do you think you are? You can't compete with us. Okay, fine, I'll take that one. You're too cheap. I was told that time and time and time again. You are too cheap. You will not be successful. You need to go via the big retailers, Boots, and Holland and Barrett were amazed when I refused to go in their shop. They wanted 60%. That meant I had to put 60% on my product for you to pay. It also meant that I would lose my connection with my customers. My customers were really, really important to me. I was told it wouldn't take off. I was told I needed backing from a large company. I was told you only have one product. And who are you? You're nobody. You know, and that kept coming back time and time again. But I stuck by who I am, and I stuck by my ethos. And it's the journey to business. It's an amazing journey. You learn who you are, and you learn your values. And we've all got different values. My value might be the same as yours, vice versa. But I've learned mine, and I do stick by my guns. I rewrote the rule book. So all these people told me I couldn't do it, I did it. I found a blender, little old me, in my kitchen, I did it, and I've done it. So one of the things that paralysed me, these two words no longer exist in my vocabulary because they paralysed me. And that is mistake and wrong. What if I get it wrong? What if I make a mistake? But do you know what? You're gonna. I make loads of mistakes. I get loads of things wrong. It's okay. If I want to push myself, I am not a scientist. I have never blended anything. You know, if I wanted to do something different, I was going to make mistakes. If I'm going to rewrite the rule book, I'm going to make mistakes. It's okay. And that was absolutely incredible for me. If you look at these two words in the dictionary, mistake, an illegal act, wrong, an immoral act. Jesus Christ, no wonder you're terrified of them. Yeah. And for me, eradicating these two words was the first step of self-respect, because I, for the first time in my life, stood up for what I believed in, and I stood into my own shoes. Anybody who's a mother here, I keep banging on about being a mother, there was an article in The Guardian last year, and it's on my blog, Maxine owns it, and it's what makes an entrepreneur. And I looked at all those skills. Every single one of those skills I learned from being a woman and being a mother. I had them all. They're there. And you know, like I say, for me, that was how I kind of stepped into me. So every morning, I don't do it anymore. And again, it's a process, isn't it? So looking back on the journey I've made. So every morning as a mother, I get up, who do I need to be today? Who do they want me to be? Do I need to be an entertainer? Do I need to be cook? Hopefully not, she hates my cooking. You know, do I need to be wife? Who do I need to be? You know, the journey I have been on, whether that's going through university with my strip myself bare makeup, all this, it's got me to the point that today I get up and I step into my own skin. I am who I am meant to be. That didn't happen overnight. Respect is a huge part of my process. Self-respect and respect for others. Anybody that works for me knows the customer's always right. Yes, sir. No, sir. 3 bags full, sir. I treat every single customer as if I was that customer. A client might phone up and they might be a bit moody on the phone. That lady might be moody, she doesn't know how to use a computer. So she's defensive, you know? So I'm always looking at how somebody might be. So yes sir, no sir stands for every customer needs to feel safe. They need to feel safe that they are buying a product from a reputable company that's going to look after them. I'm not some Chinese company in the back end of somewhere that's going to give them a product that's going to harm them. They need to feel important. Important, I'm going to look after them. Important, I'm going to listen to what they say. They need to be respected. And by that I mean I'm giving them the information they deserve. So we've had something in the business recently where obviously we've been going for a couple of years now, and what most people come back and say is actually I find your product works best, I can notice a difference after about 6 weeks. I have a duty to tell my clients that it's going to take about 6 weeks. I don't see it as a hard sell. I'm not coming from a place of, oh, you know, I want to sell you 6 boxes. I'm coming from a place of, do you know what, in order for you to get the best results, you're going to need to take up to 6 weeks. Yeah? So, what I then realised is that's who I am. It's how I brought my children up. I can knock on their doors before I walk into them at 6. I respect my children. They too need to feel safe, important, and respected. New Year's Eve, we had a lovely Christmas together, and I went away with my children, and my children were out New Year's Eve, and I sat away with my dog, really, really happy with my cup of tea, and I finally realised I now have been able to give myself the gift of Sir. For the first time ever, I treat myself like this. I need to feel safe, I need to feel important, and I need to be respected. And that journey, everything I've been through, is taking me to the person I am today. And my second tattoo is Own Who You Are. And I haven't got all the answers, and I always say, I'm just little old me doing my thing. But you can do it. You've got to believe in yourself, you've got an idea, go for it. And I will never, ever, ever leave a meeting without knowing what I'm talking about. And sometimes that could be me asking the same question 50 times, and they look at me like I'm really stupid. That's fine. I need to know. No point me leaving that meeting. What was that all about? So, own who you are, be who you are, and if you've got something you believe in, go for it. You know, we're doing, we're on target to do £3 million this year, and we are just about to launch in America. And you know, and I don't go from a place of ego. I come from a place of, that's little old me in my kitchen. Oh my God, I see my product out there, and it's like, oh my God, that's amazing, you know. So yeah, do it. And oh, wrong way. Oh, it's gone. Okay, well, somewhere on there's my contact details. But you can find me anywhere, MaxineLaceby.com. Maxine@absolutecollagen.com. You can find me on Twitter, LinkedIn, all the various routes. And I'm more than happy to speak to anybody. I'm not any great shape, I'm just a little old me. And I keep saying that because I think it's really, really important that we all, you know, we're all equal at the end of the day. So yeah, any questions?